has social media developed since you started your blog? You started in 2004. How has that sort of social media changed?
2004, blogging just got started. It was blogs were a different form, particularly in political blogging, which I do. It was more in the form of a 3,000-word editorial. And it's only the last couple of years, 3-4 years, with shorter, more nugget-sized information factoids have come through in shorter form. The other big change in social media is, of course, Twitter. Without doubt. Facebook is more how people organise their lives. Twitter, particularly in politics and media, is everybody who matters is either reading it or broadcasting on Twitter. And it's the fastest newswire available. It's something where we talk amongst ourselves, the Westminster Village in particular, and you'll see a lot of stories on Twitter in the afternoon and on Channel 4 News at 7.
What do you think is sort of essential for a high sort of Twitter profile? Is it kind of sort of generated user content?
You should link out. People don't realise that. They always think if I send a link somewhere else, I'm going to lose readers. I'm going to link to my blog always, obviously. But the value of you is when you say, oh, have you seen this? It's good over here. That encourages people to follow you. Examples of people who do that successfully. So Tim Montgomery, who runs Conservative Home, half his Twitter is about what he's seen elsewhere. That means people think, oh, he'll have something good and it's useful. Same principle applies to blogs. The newspapers haven't realised this. They only link to themselves what they can help with. But if they give the reader a more rich experience, a more useful experience, if they link out to the best that's available, that's what I think you want from a good Twitter stream.
One thing that was sort of discussed during the lecture today was about sort of television and online kind of being more sort of up to date than print. Do you think that that news television sort of dictates to social media, or is it the other way around? Does social media influence television news?
It's symbiotic. Obviously, the big set pieces. You know, nobody has the resources. Well, some people have the resources, but not as much resources as we can't fly off to Libya to do things. So the big set piece interviews, news sourcing has to be done by broadcasters. But some of the ideas come from the likes of me. You know, I know all the producers and all the news shows. They pick up stuff from here, or they'll call us and say, "You did something about defence. Did you?" You know, they'll get the information. In return, we get to project more because if we've got a good story, a typical tactic we'll use is we'll run it at 6 on condition that we get. We'll hold it back to 6 on condition that we get on Channel 4 News.
How important do you think it is to have an active community or following? With print and television, there's no way of connecting with their audience or their readership, whereas with online journalism,
print and television are all copying the same techniques. You've got the feedback and you get photos sent in. Some of my best stories have come from emails. Almost all the best stories I have. Usually it starts off from an email that says, "You probably know this already." I don't, and I'm very grateful for that. And you know, they get a T-shirt or whatever, and I get all the kudos for it. But that interaction is very important from that point of view. I have an advantage that, you know, very early on, and this wasn't very common, I had a fax number, an email, a voicemail, which I actually hear, and if I think, you know, if it's not a nutter, I'll take the call. And that means they're very contactable. If you want to pass something into private eye, because you want it to be read 2 weeks later, you find it very difficult to know how to contact them. How do you get hold of Ian Hislop? And I also think that the fact that my escapades, it's like a diary and the soap opera of my life is to some extent played out on the blog, means that people have a rapport.
And then last one, just quickly, how big a role do you think social media will play in future general elections, in the political agenda? Will social media take on more and more of a significant role?
The web strategists, online strategists now are much more important. Used to be the geeky kid who did the website in the corner, and now they're intrinsic to the campaign. It's not just lip service with Obama, you know, it's how you raise money. The Tories, I know very well, made more money than they spent online. That's unheard of in campaigning. Facebook, everyone organises their life on Facebook. 20% of page impressions now on Facebook. So the parties now realise that they have to use that as a hub to get their message out and to engage people. So it's really important. Politics and the internet were made for each other, in a weird sense, in a way that newspapers can't emulate.